Enjoy this message.
He is. For he that cometh to God must believe that what? He is. So what is God to you? The way you worship God, the way all of us worship God, is based on how we answer this question. Your answer to this question determines your actions. No matter where you are and where you have been, you can trust this God to be the answer to it. For certain people, God is the one that gives what? False hopes. Because he raises your hopes up and nothing happens. But let me tell you, you can dare to trust this God because what? He is. The Bible says this in the book of Judges. This is exactly what happened in the book of Judges. The Bible said that the Israelites did evil in the hands of the Lord, and God gave them what? Into the hand of the Midianites. For 7 years they were under the power of the Midianites. The most difficult thing is that you do something and you are suffering the consequences, and you can still reach out to God's love. I want to tell you this: whether it is your fault or not, it does not matter. If you are a Christian and you are backslided, and the devil is telling you you don't amount to anything, remind him about this. He is still your God, and you can come back to him. You can be the weakest person in the room. If God is with you, you are a mighty warrior, because you have supernatural force working on your behalf. When God is with you, no matter the number of the opposition, when the supernatural comes against the natural, no matter their size, God combines them and make them like what? One person. A lot of us, we come to God because we are interested in what we want God to do for us. That is right. But let me explain. Gideon built an altar and he called it what? God is peace. Jehovah Shalom. But the Bible said that very night, God came to Gideon and said this: you must break down the altar of Baal in your father's house and build me a second what? A proper kind of altar. You see, a lot of us, because of what God has done for you, we accept God. But we say, though you have God, you still have a Baal in your house. That means that there is something competing with God in your life. And that is why God is challenging you and me, that we should come to the place where we have absolutely nothing in our lives except the proper altar of the Most High God. And you can only build that altar if you take down the altar of Baal. We want to serve God by science. The Bible says it is by what? By faith. But I always tell people, if you are able to cross the Red Sea, yet if you needed water, you couldn't trust God to give you water. Science don't change people, but faith changes people. I am declaring to you, right? Let anybody, other person in your life, let them what? Go home. Because if God is with you, God can say with a few and God can say with the many. It does not depend on the number of friends that you have that will bring salvation. Salvation will come into your life because God is what? Is with you. Therefore, let them what? Go home. We suffer so much from separation disorder, adults and what? And young people. When you see somebody moving out of your life, all of a sudden you're in a panic attack. Listen to me. The most important thing in your life is God. I'm giving you this. It doesn't take him staying in the house for him to be still as well, his father's house. Despite the fact that he has left his father's house, he was still the son of his what? Of his father. And that is why God is calling you. No matter where you have been, you can come back. No matter where you have been and no matter how you have fallen off, God's best is still ready for you if you come back. Don't allow the devil to use your past against what? Against the future that is ahead of you. When he came back, because we serve a faithful God, God did not give him the second best, but God still gave him what? Their best. You may have gone through a difficult past. You may have gone through a bitter past. You may have been unfaithful even in certain ways. But let me tell you this. If you will come back to this faithful God, this God has still got the best word for you.